Hello there. Yeah, bet you weren't expecting to see this. Yeah, I think it just makes this so much funnier, so I'm gonna roll with it for the video, okay? So in one of my previous videos, I said this. Just thinking myself, imagine if you built like a ghast hanger where you keep all your happy ghasts. And well, yeah, I built a ghast hanger. So, I was heavily inspired by steampunk because when I looked at the Happy Ghast, it just reminded me of steampunk sort of style with like the goggles and things. And yeah, I made this very steampunk inspired hole in the ground. So it is this big circle cut down into this like hill, and there's four little bays where the Happy Ghast could go. Now I'll get more into them in a minute, but I just want to discuss this middle bit first, if you will. So there's these track sort of things coming out of each of the bays into this detailed circle spinny middle thing. I don't know technical names, but it's a circle middle spinny thing. And well, this is designed to look like it could rotate. So there'll be like a sort of cart or something with wheels that's attached to this track like a train that kind of transports the Happy Ghasts, because that's what I kind of thought. These would be like little workshops where they tinker with them and modify them and things like that. And while they're doing that, they have to be on like sort of tracks. And if they wanted to be transported out or in, they'd have to go on these tracks, and then they could take off from the middle here and go and do what the Happy Ghast will do. So they all converge in the middle here, but only opposites can go to the middle at once. Because if you see, this track here goes along, but then these ones can't because this one is. So if one wanted to come out of here or here, this whole thing would rotate 90 degrees, and then it could come out to the middle here and take off. That was a really in-depth explanation for something that really didn't need an in-depth blah 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 blah. In-depth explanation for something that didn't need an in-depth explanation. There we go. Got there eventually. And to fill in these gaps in the middle, I decided to use this glass fog effect. And I used purple because obviously the Happy Ghasts, they originally come from the nether with the dried ghast. So I thought maybe this could be like a portal of sort. I know it's not actually, but I thought it could indicate a portal of sorts, as like this is where they come from. Now around the edges I wanted to make this look really industrial as well as steampunk, so I went with this very grey theme with like the reinforced deep slate bottom bit and these buttons which meant there's like bolts of sorts in the wall, and the redstone torches which are just meant to look like redstone torches, and these like wall bits where it's kind of like patchwork where they've either had to repair a bit of the wall or just patch it up because of a leak or something. And around the top there is this ring of sea lanterns covered up by copper grates because we love copper around here. And this just really adds to the steampunk aesthetic. It ties in this bottom area round to the top and just makes it feel like one. Now, above all these little doors, we have numbers, so you can keep track of which Happy Ghast is in where. So like, maybe this could be a shared hangout on like a server or something, and then each player has their own bay of sorts in this hangar, which I thought was really cool. So I numbered them, so you could allocate them to different players. So like, I might have one, someone else might have two, or I might have one and two, and someone else might have three and four. I'm over explaining it again. Anyway, let's go into one of these bays. They are all identical, so yeah, I mean, you could change them to fit each of the players' ghasts if that's what you go for, but on my version, they are all just the same. So, as I said earlier, the tracks come into the bays, and this is where they would be like tinkered on and worked on. So you can see in the ceiling, I spent a lot of time on this actually. So It's meant to just look very mechanical, like it's doing things, and it does, I think, with help to these like water pipes which are dripping water, which actually helps to add movement to the build, which is very, very important if you want it to have life. And then we got these what they called end rods as like halogen lights, I think that's what they're called. You know, like the light beams you see. Anyway, they're like hanging down, and I think those little particles are from a mod though. I'm not sure. I think they're from visuality or subtle effects or something. But they help with the movement as well, as they're kind of like dripping, I guess. And all along the walls we just have these mechanical looking things that look like they should be doing things as well, with like the what they call lightning rods going into the walls, acting like a smaller pipe sort of things, and the iron bars and the levers being like the curves in the pipe because you can't actually curl the lightning rods. And then we got this fan in the back which I thought was really cool. It's sort of like a ventilation system. And then these cauldrons with shroom lights behind them, which look really cool from certain angles. It kind of looks like a generator or some sort of power source in the back wall. And then we've got all this pale hanging moss everywhere, and it's on the floor as well, to kind of blend in the floor with the walls. And just to make it look like it's... I can almost picture this as dust, or just like bits of debris that are gathered up in corners and things, because I doubt this place would be cleaned out very much. So it's meant to look kind of overgrown, but not like lush overgrown. So the pale hanging moss was perfect for this. And then all around we've got like some shelving units where they might keep some mounts and leaves and things. This is meant to be like a ladder, so you can put it up beside the Happy Ghast when it's parked in here and get on top of it. These are some shelves, and this is actually where you would tie up the Happy Ghast. So it would be parked around here. You get a lead, tie it up to this thing, and then it can't just fly away and leave you. So yeah, that is the bay, and they are all exactly the same. But I think they turned out really well. This is actually my first time building in this sort of style, like the steampunk industrial, and I've really enjoyed it. This build took a few hours overall, I think, and yeah, it didn't originally have any of this copper in it, but as soon as I added all the copper, it really tied it together and made a lot of sense. And that's pretty much the whole build, and I'd love to hear what you think of the idea of a ghast hanger, or even just your interpretations of what a ghast hanger could be, whether like your version might not be in the ground like this and they have to fly up, or it might be in the sky floating. So I'd love to hear about what you would do for a ghast hanger in the comments. If you haven't seen the original video where I was discussing the Happy Ghast when they were first announced, click in the top right. Now, if I remember when I'm uploading this, I will add a card up there. If I don't, scream at me down below, because I'm an idiot, and I'll probably forget. But yeah, click up in the top right, up there. I can't, there's no way of me indicating up there, but top right of your screen, there'll be a little card. Go click that, give that a watch if you want to learn more about the Happy Ghasts. And if you like this one, you'll probably like this one on your screen now. And until then, I'll see you in the next one.